Hello again, Hoida. Nice friends. This session, I think, devoted to the lovely subject of being a research and writing something on it. I mean, thesis, writing of thesis proposal and something like this. Then I'm sure that this session is important for my friends because next this term, inshallah, they are going to write their own thesis. Um, as last session mentioned you, every one of you should prepare a title, a good title for yourself for this, I mean, um, semester also for seminar, and you have to provide at least a proposal about 10 pages for me. Um, and inshallah, if I find your titles academic, valuable, precious, good, knowledgeable, informative, then inshallah the same title can be there for your thesis also. And then colleagues and others also will give you a hand to write your thesis. Um, I'm sure that it is a hard task for you, for our students in Iran also. It is a hard task to come over the writing of the uh, thesis, because unfortunately during BA courses, no one is there to ask students to write articles or to know even how to write articles and thesis or something like this. They postpone it into the MA, and it is not okay, I think, because in European countries, universities there, they teach to the BA students how to write, and they should also write some papers and articles and must go into the conferences and should present their papers there before many people are there, and then they ask them to do that in BA periods. But unfortunately, in our educational system, it is not there. So that is why many students do not know in what way they should go, how to find, first of all, titles, how to write even titles. Some of my dear friends have sent me some titles, and then I told them one by one, not all of them, just 3 or 4 friends have sent their titles for me. Still, those titles have done by others, uh, as I checked them in the internet. Uh, but for this, I mean, syllabus, your seminar, it is not problem about writing something again about the same title, which is there in the Iran doc or other places. No matter for me. If I find your own words there, no matter. But friends, the originality of the title for your thesis is a must. You have to write and prepare an original title for your thesis, because your thesis is a proof and would be there for always. And if you do something on the same title which already others have done something on it, it would be a plagiarism, and a big danger would be there for you. Even you cannot do that because your titles are going to be registered in our Iran doc system. Then they are going to investigate it whether already some people have done something on your title or not. Thereafter, they are going to send us a permission about your titles, whether we cannot continue the same title or not. That is why I would like to inform my friends to take care of the originality of their titles. If you would like, something must be new in your titles. I mean, it must differ from the same titles which are there in the world. And we call that originality of title. You have to take care of the originality of your titles. Please, as soon as possible or in no time, prepare your titles for me and send them to me, and let me to challenge about them, to maybe survey them through internet to find out their uh, mm, sameness from the internet, to find out whether there are some things there or not. Yes, Reza, you would like to say something? Reza, I think his microphone is activated. Now you cannot say it. That's okay. Okay, my friends. So please prepare as soon as possible your titles. Hello again. Hello, Mona. And send them to me at least up to the next session. You have to send it because we have not so much time. Then you have to start to write something about your titles. This term, you must learn how to prepare yourself to get such a big problem, to face such a big problem of writing your thesis. That is why I am so eager to teach something for my friends, at least to know how they should write their own proposals and then their own thesis about the literary issues, inshallah. Um Nice. Today, friends, I'm going to start the features of a good proposal. After getting a title, after finding a good title, and maybe after accepting it by your supervisor and advisor, and even the English group there, and HOD and some other authorities of the university, you must prepare your proposal. A proposal, as it meaning shows you, means to preparing something before doing the original work, to prepare to writing something about your work, about your thesis, which you are going to do on it thereafter. Proposal is this one. You are going to suggest something in your proposal for your thesis. Then it should be academic, it should be informative, it should be in its written in its right way, it should follow some features, some standard features of the world. Then no one can prepare any proposal by his or her own way. Yeah, already such structures are there for the academic proposal, but still some differences are there for literature students and the science students, or students of teaching English or translation studies. They are different from the literature, proposals. Literary proposals, must follow the rules of the MLA. As I saw last night, one of the friends has got the MLA and send it into the group. I thank them again, her again. I don't know whether she is there or he is there. But last night I saw something there. Then I thank that person again. for sending the MLA format for the students. Uh, Muhammad was there. Muhammad, thank you. Muhammad, yes. So it means that, yeah, Muhammad is Muhammad. We know the gender of Muhammad also. Thank you, Muhammad. But one thing was there. One thing was there. Unfortunately, I became sad of Muhammad's friends there in group. No one thanked him for sending that pamphlet for the friends. Friends, we should learn, first of all, to thank God, to thank our parents, to thank our friends, our relatives, our sons, our daughters, our husbands, our wives, whenever they are doing something for us. You know, as I said, this is the base of literature. We should love each other. We should. This is not the duty of Muhammad to send that pamphlet into the group, but he has done it. Then we need to thank. We need to thank Muhammad there in the group. I did my own. I think I sent something to Muhammad in the group, thanking him for his lovely. As I said, whenever I am elder than you or older than you, let it be, I must talk about the experiences. We must make the world a good place to live, okay? We must, uh, oh, nice, nice, nice. That's okay, Muhammad. That's okay. That's okay. Nice, nice, nice. It's okay. I did not know about your private, maybe contacts. Uh, I think, inshallah, we never forget about the bestowing and blessing of our friends, our God, our parents, and so on. Anyway, I'd like to thank again of Muhammad for sending that pamphlet for the friends group tonight. I think last night, yeah, it was there. No matter. Fikri says that, sorry, doctor, we attended your lectures and in spite of our problems with Don, you knew that the seminar subject was recorded with Dr. Zahra, God save her, so we will attend your fine lectures till we solve our problem. No matter, Fakri, I didn't know about that problems. For me, no matter. It would be okay, inshallah. And this system, I mean, done system, automatically, I think, records whatever is there. And it would be available for the students to collect it from the system and listen again to those lectures of your teachers. I think it is like it must be like that. Okay, no problem, Fikri. Don't mention it. Just now is important. Okay, now is important. We are here right now, and we are enjoying. Oh, you are guests, Reza. That's okay. That's okay. مهمان حبیب خداست. Yes, مهمان حبیب خداست. Is the friend of God. Guest is the friend of God. Habib. Habibi, you know the Habibi. Most songs of Arabic, Arabic songs has this word in themselves. Habibi, Habibi, Habibi. My friend. Yes, that's okay. So today I would like to talk about the features or structures or elements of a good a proposal for my friends. Please remember these elements one by one because you are going, inshallah, after your titles, you are going to write at least a proposal. Other teachers, maybe they are going to ask you to write at least half of your thesis for them, 50 pages, 60 pages. But I do not want to bother you, to annoy you. Just I would like you learn how to write them. Then thereafter, inshallah, you can manage your thesis in its right way and good way. But proposal you have to write and send it to me because it is very much necessary for me at least to find out what the hell is going on there in your writings, grammatical problems, and even friends. It is a big suggestion from me. Uh, Due to your accent, due to your mother tongue, some problems I think are there among our Iraqi students about their listenings and speakings. Then inshallah we shall do something to improve your speaking also, because in Viva sessions, or as I said, whenever inshallah I'd like my friends to join me to some conferences in the world also. And whenever with my students I am going to conferences, I am not going to talk there. And I leave that duty to my students, because I would like to enhance the self-confidences of my students there in such big get-togethers of the world. And they must do that. They must do that, because already we knew how to manage such conferences. But our friends must join to such conferences, inshallah, to show off, to show off there. That's okay. Yes, as I said, friends, one by one I am going to talk. In your proposal, what maybe materials must be there, what features must be there, what elements must be there is this one. First of all, in a good, as I said, your proposal is differs from the proposals of science people. Your proposal must depend on the MLA system, and the others depends on APA system, and a little bit differences are there. I will talk to you about such differences, but first of all, about our own literary proposals, I'm going to talk. The first and most important element of your proposal is the title of your work or study. Okay, the title must be there. But what features a title must follow? At least its appearance must be okay, friends. As I said, the question for us should not be there in your titles. A complete sentence must not be there, okay? Must not be there. Try to avoid punctuations if you can. Try to avoid putting, I think, comma or semicolon or hyphen in your titles, okay? If it is possible. If not, just try to decrease the usage of them in your title. This is the case with your title. The originality of your title, as I mentioned, is important. Then, whenever you are going to write the name of some books, I mean novels, I mean plays, collections of poetry and something like this, which are in the form of a book, you should be italicized, italicize those names. Whenever, for example, you are going to write the sons and lovers, sons and lovers must be in your title in italic form, it must be in italic form. Brief and attractive, exactly, Fakri. It must be in its simple, brief, attractive, succinctive, beautiful, informative, academic, and so many features are there for the title. Then keep such with. And if you are going to write, for example, the name of some short stories, some poems, put them in the comma, please, okay? In the complete comma, we say in English. Then other features are there for the title. Maybe our friends know about. So the title is the first thing which you should add, first of all, in your, yes, Ali, yes, exactly this. And not mysterious, yeah, exactly. Or ironical, as we say. It should not be ironical and ambiguous. Ambiguous, also we say. Thank you for your information about the how to writing a title. So the first and most important thing in your proposal is your title. Remember, please, carefully, friends. Okay, the next thing is in your proposal is introduction. Let me write. Please do not write Please do not write something while I am typing the features of the proposal because of the misunderstanding of my friends. That is why I am asking. Please forgive me for this suggestion, as I am going to write the, according to the features of the what we say proposal here one by one. If you write something that it would be maybe bring some misunderstanding to our students. That is why I'm asking you to at the end, if you have any question or if you would like to express yourself and your feelings for me, then you can write something. Yeah, the first one is title. The second one, it be like this. The second one is introduction. Uh, Let it be there, then I am going to talk about the features, even how we should write introduction and those things. The third feature is a statement of the problem. Statement of the problem. Of the problem must be there for us. The third is the statements of the problem. I will tell you what should you write on this part of your proposal. But first of all, let me just mention the features. The next one is purpose of the study. The fourth is purpose of the study. So the study must be there for us in a proposal, inshallah. The next one is review of literature, which is very much important. Review of literature is very important for the students of literature. This part is very much important, even for other theses. Uh, the next one is questions of the study. And sometimes hypotheses also are there, But in literature, mostly we do not have hypotheses there. Just if you provide some questions, at least 3 questions must be there because your thesis includes 3 chapters, main chapters, I mean. One conclusion chapter is there, one introduction chapter, And the main chapters of your thesis would be the 3 chapters. It is okay to provide at least 3 questions, 3 good questions, to answer them in each chapter of your thesis. That is why I'm saying you can provide many questions, but if it would be 3 questions, then I think it would be okay. Okay, the next maybe feature of your thesis after questions is the methodology. Methodology. Sorry if spelling problems are there. Forgive me for that, because so I am writing or typing very fast. That is why maybe you will find out some spelling problems there. So methodology must be there for us. And the other and most important thing is limitations and delimitations of a study. Limitations and delimitations. I don't know whether I have typed in it right here or not, but let it be there. Limitations and delimitations in a proposal must be there for us, and you have to talk about them. Then 9 is the significance of a study. Significance of a study must be there. Then 10 must be the design of the study, or we call it chapterization also. The design of a study or chapterization, we call it. In the other maybe feature of a proposal is bibliography, or better to say works cited. Bibliography or resources or works cited. These are the elements of literary proposal for us. But still remember, my friends, still such elements differ from country to country, from university even to university, from place to place. They differ a little bit, but these are the main features which must be there in a proposal, my dear friends. So your proposal, remember, must include these features. Otherwise, it cannot be an acceptable and accurate proposal, an academic proposal for us. Then these features must be there. Yes, right now, if you have any question, if you would like to say something, please stage it yours, because I would like to start other material. If you want to say something, please ask. Yes, Zahra says that, Doctor, like, next lecture writes introduction. Zahra, I couldn't get over what do you mean by this sentence. You mean that I have to give some information about how to write introduction in proposal, or you are going, inshallah, to give a lecture for us next session, yes? Which one is okay? No, Raged, no, no. In proposal, we do not need conclusion. But sometimes they bring the part conclusion also. Sometimes they bring, in some proposal I have seen, conclusion part also is there. But if you do not put that feature there also, for me there is no problem. Maybe some other teachers would be there. They are asking you to put conclusion also there because you haven't finished your job yet. You are going to give some proposals, some suggestions, about writing your thesis. Then I think it is not okay to ask people to write conclusion. And if they can write conclusion, it means that already they have done that work and they are finished their thesis. So what is the use of writing proposal? Hmm? Conclusion means at the end you are going to conclude to get over something while you studied materials, And then before starting and going to collect your data, I think it is not possible so much to write conclusion about your work. I do not expect you, to write. Right, suggestions also must be there in your thesis, not in your proposal. Mm. Suggestions after doing your work, you can suggest people what should they do more about the study. It is not possible to write suggestions for the others in proposal. Muhammad says that is there a limitation for the number of papers for the proposal? At least for your thesis. For proposal, you can bring five, six, seven, up to 10. No matter, huh? No matter, Muhammad. Uh, mm, but the more, the better, we say. But still, for your thesis, also there is no limitation. Uh, you know, but for an article, I say, to write a 15 pages article, you have to read at least 20 articles or books, But for proposal, if you bring five, six, seven, it would be enough for me. No matter. In the proposal, there is the same for the thesis. No, Muhammad, in your thesis, it must be at least 50, 60 books or articles with together must be there for your thesis as the bibliography or work cited. You must bring at least 50, 60, 70, articles or books there. But for proposal seven, six, five, it would be enough for me. Here in proposal, I would like you just to learn how to write a proposal, and what are the features of a good proposal. But inshallah, for your thesis, much time is there for you, you know. Then you can easily go through the works and find out whether they are useful for you or not. Then you can bring them as the works cited in your thesis. But for your 10 pages proposals, just if you bring 4, 5, and 6 of them, it would be enough for me. Yes, please. If any question or idea is there, please ask me, because thereafter I'm going to talk about the features one by one. Is there a pamphlet or PDF to provide us of how to write a proposal or thesis? Yes, sir. Yes, already I have sent it to you. My own pamphlet, Doing Research by Ali Aryan, is there to give you a hand. It is so simple because I have written it in simple English words and simple sentences also. That one is so much useful and helpful for you. Otherwise, yeah, I can propose some others for you with hard languages. I think my own pamphlet and my own, book there would be okay for you, to help you. Thank you, Mohammed. Yes, any question, any idea? Reza, I have sent it already into the group. Reza, it is available there in group, a WhatsApp group. It is available. I have sent it already to the group, WhatsApp group. Have you joined that group, Reza, before? That's okay. Uh, Muhammad, please, if it is not matter for you, resend that pamphlet into the group again, please. Then let your friends. Oh, nice, nice. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you. That's okay. Okay, my dear friends. Uh, Thank you for your lovely ideas and asking some questions also. Now, friends, I'm going to talk about the features one by one. Uh, but you know that these sessions are not enough to completely talk about the features, because it takes so long time for us to do that. Just briefly, I am going to say, my friends, what should they do in each feature or element to write a good proposal for me, inshallah. I'm waiting for your lovely proposal. As I said, if I find your titles good, inshallah, I maybe suggest you to do your thesis also on the same titles. Okay, so as you know, the introduction is the part of the paper which provides readers with the background information. This is important, friends. Background information. Remember, this is a key word for you. In introduction, you should bring background information, okay, for the research, for your study. This is important because, as I said, a researcher is someone who is adding, modifying, or removing something from the previous studies or previous works. That is why you have to maybe give some information about the previous things which are there about your title. So we call this background information must be there in your what we say um, proposal in the part of introduction. Otherwise, it cannot be academic one, and you will be in trouble. These are some what we say keywords which I'm talking about them. You remember these things. Background information in your introduction must be there. Then, as I said, you must provide something for the readers, for the readers, for the scholars, for the teachers, for the referees, and for whomsoever is there to learn and to go through your work of art, to learn more and more. Uh, Now, the purpose, the aim, the target of the introduction is to establish a framework for the research. Yes, remember the introduction part of your research proposal is a framework which is going to establish, a structure for your research, remember, so that readers can understand, this is important, so that readers can understand how it is related to other research, you know. This is the case. So introduction part must give some background information for us about other materials which are there, and we should give that opportunity to our readers to maybe remember or to find out that how your work is related to the other works. In a good proposal, in its introduction part, the writer should remember one one is create reader interest in the topic. You suppose that suppose yourself as a seller of some clothes, for example, a seller of some clothes. You would like to sell some clothes. Then some words must be there from you to shout to the people and to give some information about those clothes which you are selling to them, yeah, to make them interested to buy them. This is the first case. Then here also remember, you should create reader interest, on the topic. Otherwise, they are not going to read your what? Read your thesis or you read your article. Introduction part, you must create reader interest in the topic. The second one is lay the broad of foundation for the problem that leads to the study. What type of problems you faced before, which maybe give you gave you that opportunity to come into that title to work something about it. This is the next feature of the Good evening, Mohnad. No problem, no problem. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, this is the other maybe feature. Uh, no, this is the first one. Which one is first one, Mohnad? Yeah, for being late. Yes, Mohnad. No problem. Don't care about such things. Class belongs to you, not me. It is your class, not mine class, huh? It belongs just to the students. Who am I here? Then no problem. Yeah, yeah, the first session. Oh, Mohna is the first session for Mohna. That's okay. Yes, friends. As I said, uh, the reader, I mean the writer of the proposal must lay the broad function for the problem that leads to the study. Okay, the third one is he should place the study, or she should place the study within the larger context of the scholarly literature. This is important, scholarly literature, Uh, this is a big, maybe challenge for you. You should provide such information in your introduction part. Still, people do not know how they should write features of the proposal. Mostly our friends in Iran, our students in Iran, mostly they are bringing some bibliographies about the writers. And so what is the use of that bibliographies in the proposal? Because everyone can easily go through the internet to find out them who was Shakespeare, who was John Donne, who was Ali Arian, or many other writers. We do not need anything about the bibliography of the writers. But still in Iran, unfortunately, many friends are bringing something about the uh, bibliography of the writers and maybe other things also, which are not academic for a proposal. The other thing is this: you should try. Yes, Fakri says that to introduce the goal of the research paper. Yeah, yes, that is the case. Uh, you should try to reach friends, to reach some specific audience. Everybody is not going to be your audience in literature, because they are the people of science, the people of economy, the people of politics, the people of cultures. They are not coming towards you. You should try to reach to a specific audience, to those who are interested in literature. This is the case. I mean, you should bring something to reach out to a specific audience of your topic. Then it would be lovely for you, and uh, it would be a good, what we say, uh, introduction for your proposal. This is okay. Uh, Suppose if a researcher is working within a particular theoretical framework of inquiry, the theory or line of inquiry should be introduced and discussed early. That theory, as I mentioned before, approaches, we call it approaches. You must bring that approach in your title. For example, means I mean uh, romantic study of something, a psychological study of something. About that cases also you have to bring something in your introduction, in the introduction. Remember, the theory of inquiry selected will be informed inform the statement of the problem. Thereafter, as I mentioned, you will have the next feature as the statement of the problem. Here in your introduction also, you should mention something which inform the reader about your statement of problem there, which must be rationable for the study. Yeah, rationable for the study, and questions and hypotheses if they are. Selections of instruments, I mean methodology. With some methodology instruments, you are going to collect your data. Here in your introduction, it's okay to give some brief information about such things. Ultimately, findings of your maybe study will be discussed in terms of how they relate to the theory, yeah, that undergirds the study. Then some outcomings would be there for you. You should inform that yes, the outcomings of this study would give you a hand to understand what do we mean by, for example, what do we mean by realism, yeah, and how the readers can get some information about the realistic features of the postmodern era, for example. So this is the care. Therefore, theoretical frameworks and lines of inquiry may be differentially handled in quantitative or qualitative ways. Sometimes we need quantitative ways, and sometimes we need qualitative ways. In literature, luckily, mostly we need qualitative ways, not quantitative. Quantity in literature is not important for us, okay? But quality is very much important, and you should take care of such things. Please, please, please. We go to the statement of the problem. Uh, Now, just briefly, you got from me what should you do for writing of introduction in your proposal. But still, friends, I have given you just notes, notes, and notes. And notes are not enough to play the musical instrument, make a good song of غنيلي شوية شوية here, for example. If you go to the music classes, your teacher will give you some notes of غنيلي شوية شوية, but you cannot play that instrument to bring that song in its right way if you do not practice and practice and practice and practice at home. Okay, what do I mean by this sentence? I mean that I gave you something about how to write your introduction. You got some notes from me here. But still, friends, if you do not work, and if you do not practice, and if you do not write, and if you do not use such tips, such notes for writing something, you will lose immediately them after the session. And after maybe 1 day or 2 days, you will forget about it. Then, better in English, whenever you are going to get something from teacher, from books, from whatever, from media, from whatever is there around of you, to do some practices on them. Otherwise, it would not be useful for you, my dear friends, especially while it comes to write something. You cannot complete your going to write the part of proposal which we entitled it as statement of a problem. I'm going to give some information this is the first case. Describe the context for the study, and you should identify the general analysis to solve the problems of the society, to solve the problems of human beings, to solve the problems of animals, to solve the problem of nature, to solve the problems of whatever is there around us. So this is the case. Those problems maybe enforces us to go through to go through them and to find solution for them. Then a problem might be defined as the issue that exists in literature, theory, or practice that leads to a need for the study. Okay, sometimes you are going to find out something in theory, sometimes you are going to find out something in literature, sometimes you are going to find something, in practice or tradition, rights, customs, and whatever is there around you. Then uh, that problem, you must mention it in your proposal for us, because it is very much important. Okay, then this is the next maybe step for my friends to do so in their proposals. A problem might be defined as the issue that exists in the literature, theory, or practice that leads to a need for the study. What does it mean? It means that yes, a problem is there. Then, as a researcher, you are going to do something to solve that problem. Here, we call your job a research work. You are going to do some researches on the problems to solve them. Then you have to mention that problem in your proposal for the readers. Okay. Okay. Next thing here is it is important. It is important in a proposal that the problem stands out. The reader can easily recognize it. This is important. The reader, the professors, other students, classmates, your colleagues, your hometowners, they easily must understand that problem. Otherwise, they are not going to enter to the to study your work. I mean this one. Then you should provide something very simple to let reader to recognize, the problem as soon as possible, very easily. So it is important in a proposal that the problem stand out. The reader can easily recognize it. That is important for our friends. So in this part, then you should uh, give attention to this matter, friends, which it is important in a proposal that the problem stand out. The reader can easily recognize it because sometimes obscure and poorly formulated problems are made, as I have seen many times in some theses. Even we teachers also, some confusion are there among us. We cannot find out what is the problem there with our. So Hueda says that are we only mentioning the literary problem, or should we formulate solutions from our point? No, here, no, no, Hueda, not here. In this part, you have to mention just the problems. Okay. In this part, you should not talk about the solutions. Here, just you should mention the problem. Uh, I think this is not the place for your own ideas. Okay, next step for writing your statement of problem is this. A problem statement should be presented within a context, and that context should be provided and briefly explained, including a discussion of the conceptual or theoretical framework in which it is embedded. That is important. That is again a good step uh, in your statements of problem. Then this case must be there for you, friends, whenever you are going to write your uh, proposal and its statement of problem feature. A problem statement should be, as I mentioned, should be presented within a context. A context must be there for us because it will give the reader a hand to get over the problem in no time, as soon as possible. And that context should be provided and briefly explained, including what? Including a discussion of the conceptual or theoretical framework in which it is embedded. That is important also for our friends to remember these things while they are going into the proposal. The next step, which I'm going to talk about it for my friends to write their statement of problem, is this. Please state the problem in terms intelligible to someone who is generally sophisticated, by who is relatively uninformed in the area of your investigation. Okay, once more, once again, I'm going to tell you, please state the problem in terms intelligible to someone, who is generally sophisticated, by who is relatively uninformed in the area of your investigation. Sometimes in our readers, we have two kinds of it, direct readers and indirect readers. Some readers are there who are enthusiastic about reading pieces of literature, but some other are there who are not enthusiastic about reading of them. You have to state problem in such a way to show those who have faced problems in that theory. Then this is the direct method of you, okay? Sophisticated ones means those who were maybe who are very much masterful, sophisticated, masterful on the subject, okay? And sometimes, friends, your readers are not sophisticated ones. They are so maybe simple people and ordinary people. Then you have to state the problem intelligible, okay? For both the sophisticated ones and for those who have not any information about that problem, but they are going to be interested on the issue. Okay, this is next step which you have to done, please, in your proposal for us. I'm sending it to you also. State the problem in terms intelligible to someone who is generally sophisticated, but who is relatively uninformed in the area of your investigation. This is very much important. And here, totally, it means that Aryan knows something about romanticism, something about modernism, something about postmodernism, and so on. Okay, but many others maybe do not know about them. Just write something about your problem, and let those informed people also come through your what workout study to get some information. That is important again for us. The next maybe a step here is effective problem statements. Answer the question. Remember this one. Answer the question, why does this research need to be conducted? If you remember this one, it would be enough for you to write your statement of problem part, please. You should answer to this question, why does this research need to be conducted? Huh? And your answer for this one would be very precious. If a researcher is unable to answer this question clearly and succinctly, as already I said, and without resorting to hyper speaking or something like this, then the statement of problem will come off as ambiguous for the reader. You should not do this way. First of all, while you are going to talk about your statement of or problem which is there, you have faced that problem while reading some theories or entering into the literature or practices and something like this, you should answer to this question first. Why does this research need to be conducted? Huh? This is important. If you can answer this question easily, then you are the man of the battle. You can go inside. Otherwise, you please stop there and do not enter into the world of research because it has many dangers with itself for you. And the last maybe step here is for conference proposals. Remember, for conference proposals, I mean for proposals for articles, not for thesis. The statement of the problem is generally incorporated into the introduction. Academic proposal for thesis or dissertations, inshallah, in your PhD should have this as a separate section. Separate. This is the difference between statement of the problem for article and maybe statement of the problem for your proposal for your thesis or dissertation, inshallah. Okay, this is the difference. Just I have mentioned a difference is there. For conferences proposals, the statement of the problem generally incorporated into the introduction. It means that in introduction part, you can bring the statement of your problem also there in introduction part. But it is a separate feature, separate element for the proposal which you are going to provide for your thesis or for your, inshallah, dissertations. Okay, up to now, if there is any question, I am ready for any idea from friends. We talked about introduction and statement of problem, and I gave some notes, some tips, some keys for my friends to provide these two parts in the proposal. If any question, any idea, because these are important, you have to get them better and better. And inshallah, if you are going to write, you must go to write, not you are going to write. You must go to write a proposal for me. Then I'd like to write a valuable thing for yourself and then for me. Yes, friends? Any question? Have you got whatever I said about writing introduction and still these things are there for you, friends. You can, I think these records are there for you. Thereafter, if you forget about any things, then you can go to that records and you can get once more or twice, thrice, several and overall times from the system these things. Some friends are typing something. I'm waiting for them. That is why I am in silent mode. No question. It is very clear. Thank you. That's okay, Tessa. And no question, I think, is the best question. Because one of our colleagues in India get used to say that question brings other question. And the other question brings some other questions. And some other questions bring many other questions. Then we have not such time. Then it is okay to say no question is the best question. Question. Many times these Asian people could use to pronounce it as question. No, this is question. It is not there in Arabic, I think, accent. Ch is not there. You say j. Ch, p, g, and j. These are unfortunately mostly used sounds in English. which are not there in Arabic. In primary school, whenever they were teaching us the Holy Quran, they said that Gachpaj. Gachpaj is not there in Arabic accent. Gachpaj. For example, that lovely song from that man. I love that song. Just that song. Al Bortaqala. Al Bortaqala. What? What? Hala? Something like this. Al Bortaqala. We say Portagal. That. But I found that Iraqi people also can easily pronounce that sound. You can say ch, p, j. Yeah, I know je, g, ch, and something like this or not. But easily you can pronounce it. I have faced some friends. They can pronounce. They can pronounce p. For example, English mostly you say paper and these things, paper, and you can easily pronounce it. Ch also, j also, but they are not there in Arabic, accents. That's okay. How much time have we left for the session, friends? I'm not so much familiar with the times of this system done. That is why I am asking. Still, I think 6 minutes we left. In my recording, it shows 84 minutes. 84 minutes. Up to 90 minutes. Yeah, 18. But here, 18. That's okay. Nice. Okay, friends. Yeah, I know Ali. That's okay. If you let me to talk about the next feature, and I will keep the other features for the next session, inshallah. But my dear friends, please, 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 go through the internet. Go through the. I will send you some theses of my own students, which graduated their BA, their MAs, and now maybe they are busy somewhere else. I will send some samples and some theses which already have done by my own students in my own university, I mean state university, and some theses also are there from Azad University of Tabriz for MA students. I have some PhD theses also, but these PhD theses right now are not useful for you. I will send some samples for you from my students, okay? Then you can go through the features of that proposal, sorry, that thesis to find out what the hell is going on there. What about proposal? You should do something by yourself. Mohanat says that. Thank you, sir. It is very. Yeah, I will send. Don't. That's okay. Okay. The next feature of the proposal, as I said, is purpose of the study, target of the study, aim of the study. The purpose statement should provide a specific and accurate synopsis. Synopsis, what does we mean by synopsis? Means brief. summary of something, brief of something, synopsis of the overall purpose of the study. Okay, a synopsis or a brief summary of the overall purpose of the study you should bring here for us, inshallah. If the purpose is not clear to the writer, it cannot be clear to the reader. Yes? Then the purpose must be clear, inshallah. First of all, for the student, and then for the readers and professors, referees, supervisors, advisors, and so on. This is there, my dear friends. As I said, uh, if the purpose is not clear for the writer, then it cannot be clear for the reader. I will send it for you also. Then you should remember your purpose of study must be clear for yourself. You should understand yourself. What do you mean by your own purpose of the study? Okay, briefly define and delimit the specific area of the research. You will revisit this in greater detail later in your thesis, maybe, okay? In your thesis, inshallah, or in your dissertation, in your next sections, and something like this. Then you should do this way. Briefly define and delimit, delimit, limit and delimit. Delimit means limit again and again. Then briefly define and delimit the specific area of the research, because you will revisit this in greater or expand detail in a later section of your thesis, inshallah. Then it says that foreshadow the hypothesis to be tested or the questions to be raised, as well as the significance of the study. Here, again, in your purpose of study, it is okay to highlight your hypothesis, but as I mentioned, hypotheses are not there for us because we are literature students, and just questions would be there for us. Highlight your questions and talk about again a little bit about the significance of the study. This will require a specific elaboration. Elaboration means expressing, okay? Uh, Elaboration in subsequent sections again. But briefly, you must inform it in the purpose of study part of your proposal, friends. This is the case. Foreshadow means highlight the hypothesis to be tested or the questions to be raised, as well as the significance of the study. Then there will be required specific elaboration in subsequent sections, which I told you. Here it means that for purpose of study, you can, statement of rub or significance of study. One more part would be there in your proposal, as I mentioned. I think the number 11 or 10 was there as the significance of the study. In that part, inshallah, you can elaborate more and more about your aims of the study and other things. The other step here is the purpose statement can also incorporate the rational for the study. Rational for the study. Some continuous or some commits prefer that the purpose and rationale be provided in separate sections. However, uh, it depends on, as I mentioned before, from university to university, even in Iran, even in Tabriz also, we have Azad University, State University Day. We have some different Azad University in Tabriz, in some towns of Tabriz also, you know. The case is different among the professors, among the committees, among the, HODs, among the authorities of the university. They are differ from each other. Unfortunately, they do not follow some uh, universal and standard things. Yeah, that is why here maybe that case is there. I have provided for you to mention this also. So the purpose statement can also incorporate the rationale for the study. Some committees prefer that the purpose and rationale be provided in separate sections, however, but here it can be in both states, sorry, in same state also. But as I mentioned, some others are not there. To maybe accept this way. Okay, my dear friends, I think it is enough for today. I will continue in features next session for my friends, but up to the next session with your lovely names, send me please your titles, remember, must be clear, must be brief, must be original. This is important, must be original. They should carry with themselves your approach, your theories, the name of your works, the name of writer, and these things, inshallah, must be there in your titles. For me, the originality is important. The originality is important, friends. Thank you, Safa. Thank you, my dear friends. Hope you can get some information about the writing of proposal today from Ali Aryan here. Then, inshallah, next session, I will continue the issue for my friends. Now, if there is any question, the stage is yours. Because still, as our friends mentioned, we have 5 minutes left. If you would like to say something, we welcome wholeheartedly you. Otherwise, we can leave the session. I have one more class. After this class, we are going to join to American English uh, with some other friends. Thank you, Ravet. This is my deity. Friends, this is my deity. Ismail, thank you. Ismail, Shima, Fikri, Mohammed, and many other good friends. Taser. Okay, my dear friends. Last but not least, again, I hope you have a good day with your families, your friends, your hometowners in Iraq, and enjoy the life and face the happinesses of life and bring the happinesses even by force for yourselves and with taking care of the rights of others, you have to enjoy because it is your right to live happily in this world. As you face the life just once, there is no U-turn for life. Okay, there is no U-turn for life. Then you have to enjoy, please, and please do not forget every day to keep your smiles, to laugh to the face of the people, laugh to the world. Then I am sure that world is going to love you. Do not forget about the lovely songs of Arabic music also. You can enjoy with them. Thank you, friends. Have a lovely day. Mm, إلى اللقاء. مع السلامة. إلى اللقاء. Yes, yes. مع السلامة. إلى اللقاء. Thank you, Rabbit. خدا حافظ. Bye bye. حلاليك. Next time. And so, yeah, مع السلامة. خدا حافظ. ممنون ممنون تیسر ممنون. اه، خب بچه دلم نمیاد خداحافظی کنم، ولی چون کلاس دیگری دارم دیگه اینو just at the end I changed the channel into Persian language. Okay, take care, friends.
You are currently the only person in this conference.